In the previous part, I just gave you a short summary of what really happened in England in 17th century. Okay, right now, finally, we have a constitutional monarchy in England. Still, it is a democracy because we find good number of representations from the common people. Okay, now here we have a lot to do with the middle class and their political view. Okay, the previous lessons we studied about the Renaissance and then the Reformation and so on. So here this period of time has got a serious influence from those movements. The movements of Renaissance, reawakening, and then changing of systems. Okay, and then segregation of religion from the politics. Okay, now here the middle class, they had their own role to play. Okay, I hope you already know about the concept of the middle class. The emergence of the middle class we saw when we studied about the Renaissance. Okay, so most they were all lawyers, so they were all people who were working in the government. Okay, many of them were merchants and they were traveling from one country to another country. They brought with them the riches of knowledge, of culture, of the language, and so on. So they had a very good exposure to all other cultures around them, and they allowed those cultures, those systems to influence and to enrich their own culture. Okay, but so what happens though these middle class, along with peasants and poor farmers, they tirelessly worked against the removal of the ruthless monarchy in England and established the constitutional monarchy, but still it paved way through another kind of discrimination in the society. Okay, the poor and the rich. So this is exactly what we see here. We can see that there were striking differences in the thinking of the middle class and the peasants and artisans. Although both groups joined hands to defeat Charles I, the poor still had no power after the Glorious Revolution. So what happened? As you see here, the poor the poor people always remain as the poor, and the rich always they remain as rich. So this these striking differences we find till today. Okay, now what happened at this time? We have many political thinkers who come, who through their writings try to, in a way, educate people what they have to really do. Okay, we have two examples given. The one is John Locke. He is known as empiricist thinker, empiricist philosopher, and he says all mankind being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possession. So his philosophy is very simple. We are all created equal. Okay, if that is the case, then we should never ever try to put down the others, or we should never ever create a kind of system that suppresses, that doesn't respect any human being, that keeps the basic liberty of a human being at risk, he says. So freedom should be respected, and people should enjoy the dignity, the basic human values. Then we have another important empiricist, Jean-Jacques Rousseau. So what he says man is born free. True, man is born free, and everywhere he is in chains. Why he is in chains? Because of the system that we ourselves created. We ourselves create the system that actually enslaves us. So we should move beyond the system. We should act according to the signs of the time, so that we could keep on updating ourselves. We could keep on changing ourselves. That's exactly what these political thinkers were. We are always particular about contributing towards the social reformation. Okay, so with that we complete the first part about what really happened in England and how they came to establish democracy, which represents all the people. Okay, in the next part we'll talk about the American War of Independence. Thank you.